And we are back with another semi-final match today. We have Mr. Romantic playing as the Suebians on the defensive. His buddy is Berry playing as Tylus, who we can see here in green. Attacking, we have Gurkenheld as the RDI in white, and Ba playing Rome in red. So the attackers team name, Gurkenheld and Ba, we have the German veterans. The defenders, Mr. Romantic and Berry, are Parthia's finest. Mr. Romantic is also known as J-Barbs, and he won one of the early tournaments. So I think he's a tournament winner. I think Berry's a tournament winner. I think Ba came second in one, so we've really got like the top players in this community. And Gurkenheld, we've heard the name many times before, so we know we have the best. I don't remember Gurkenheld's results though in last events, but we know we got good players here. And yeah, let's just begin. So, semi-finals. They'll swap sides after. The winner goes through to the finals. The loser goes to try and get third place. I won't reveal who they'll be fighting against. I've just recorded the last semi-finals battle, so I know who their opponents will be, but you know, you might not know. So I'll keep it secret for now, and yeah, go check out the last video where we go over that. Anyway, the siege tower's moving forwards, blocking the tower shots. As always, we always see this. I don't know if it's really worth it though. Yeah, I guess it is. If the siege towers are free, which I think they are, then it's worth it. They're going to charge in here, neutralise the tower. My thought is they neutralise this tower so quick, so early on, you could argue, is there really any point? But yeah, I think there is. Because it's still, if a siege tower is free, you know, it still saves some lives, and I guess every soldier counts in these sieges. This tournament is hosted by OBG. They are competing for $600 in total. If you want to take part in future events, check out that Discord link down below, and maybe you could be in the next one. Whatever that tournament may be. So there. The attackers here having to deal with a sally out from the defenders. The defenders have a cav unit on the far flank, ready to charge in. They're having to push. They've got the rams coming as well. They've got the archers behind, getting a few shots in. I'm usually against sally outs like this, and I am against this one. I don't think this one works for the defenders. I don't really know what they gain here. I guess it helps them defend this tower, as it makes it harder for the attackers to get up here. But beyond that, I don't know if it's got any value to it. Meanwhile, over here, they have come in to the city. They've neutralised and taken this tower here, so naturally the defenders are having to pull back. This is the range of that tower that they've captured, so the defenders cannot go within that circle. Oh, they can, but they'll just get shot at, so it's probably not worth it. The first armies are colliding over here. Arrows coming in over the walls, forcing the Celtic slingers back a little bit. And ooh, the Romans are starting to break, but they're just throwing in the cannon fodder for now. Do we zoom into this yet? I was focusing more over here, expecting something, but no, we got nothing. Yellow on the balance of power bar as well is the attackers in this one, just so people know, as it can sometimes be a bit difficult to tell. Okay, the hoplites are moving in. This is the most awkward combat I've ever seen. No one's killing anyone. There we go. They were just standing there, like, you know, use your space. There we go. They're actually fighting now. We got some Romans here as well. The Hastati, ready to start getting some kills. Fighting the barbarian clubmen. I think the Hastati should have the advantage. Yeah, they've got that. They've got the advantage here. And they've broken one unit. Moving on to the next one now. Still nothing happening over here. No siege towers. Oh yes, there is a siege tower docked on the wall. But apart from that, not much is happening. I like watching the wall combat. It's better than the combat down here because the grass, it can make it hard to see the units sometimes. It covers them up. But when it's like this, you know, it just gets such an epic shot. I do like it. Trying to see if we can get like the sunlight in there, but no, this'll do. Oh, these Romans are butchering them. What do we have here? looks like a Principes unit. Veteran Legionaries, my mistake. Yeah, so these are some really good Roman troops. And they're not having any rest, they're just charging straight in here. Those guys got a little cut off from the main group, getting a little too eager, and they're all going to get butchered for that. A bit of a mistake there by the attackers, by the Roman player. And there's only one left and he gets cut down and we're back to the normal front line. The defenders having to pull back again. They're trying to get some hits as they retreat. We've got a load of javelins in. Didn't notice the ram was there. I think the Romans got out of that safely. Oh, that one guy though did a backflip into the survival zone. Interesting. So I don't know why they did that, because they were doing well on the walls. They could have pushed through and captured this tower. It's like, why put the siege tower here? Why go up onto the wall? Why do that effort if you're going to do this? You therefore gain nothing, unless you want to put a few archers up here. But if you don't want to do that, then there's no point. In my opinion, anyway. So we got the battle here. The hoplites, their flank is open. Potentially. Okay, there we go, they've covered that. Just in time there. We've got some Roman reserves as well. This cohort of units. Wonder if they've got any javelins left. Yes, but there we go. Straight to the javelins, and we get some hits in the back of them. That was some nice kills. Look at the blood. Oh, beautiful. And that's going to force that Suebian unit to break. Still nothing happening here. I thought we'd have more. Oh well. Nothing happening over here. This has been a theme in the last semi-final battle, because it used the same map. Nothing really happens here in this region, which is sad. I like this. I like the idea of pushing this way, taking this gatehouse, and then entering the city through all these different routes. But, you know, these players know the game much better than I do, so at the end of the day, what do I know? Ooh, oh no, some units getting hit in the back there. Probably not paying attention for a second. I love those shield designs, those are so cool. Oh, look at the colours, yeah. More spearmen reinforcements coming in, some Illyrians. Yeah, I guess nothing has to happen here yet. The defenders eventually will start running out of troops in the city, so eventually they'll start bringing their units back in, and then it will open up for them. Or they could go for it now, but I think, yeah, that's unlikely. Because then you'll be fighting, yeah, you'll be fighting here, but you'll have towers to deal with as well, which could be a problem. Plus archers on the walls, so you'll get hit from all sides. I don't think it's worth it for the attackers to push this way. Ooh, these guys getting hit in the back by some arrows, not what you want. And again, these hoplites somewhat open on the flank here. The defenders could quite easily charge in and hit them in the side. Of course they'll get counter hit from the Romans, but you know, then you just send another unit in there to counter hit them. Simple. I love this painting tool so much, I'm so happy I got this. It makes it so much easier. This Roman unit here is getting absolutely butchered, down to the final 31 men, but they've got 120 kills. And their reinforcements come in, another legion of the same quality. I'm going to watch this 2v2 here from the top. Who's going to win it? I bet the Roman guys win it. Oh, never mind. Great entertainment. Oh, they got hit on the flank, I think, so they had to pull back a bit to deal with this. Yeah, they're being hit from both sides. Okay, this Roman unit's in a bit of trouble. Actually, all three sides, they are actually completely surrounded here. But they've been able to break one because one of those units was weak. But that can easily be replaced. This Roman unit here is dead. It's not going to survive. It's got 71 kills. No, it's got 38 kills. It's down to their final 70 men. They've taken so many losses. And yeah, the attackers there, they had to pull out, but they left one unit behind and they're about to get slaughtered in that melee. No one pushing this way yet. No one pushing on this side. The attackers just stood here with their siege towers, menacingly stood here. It looks like the defenders might be charging in though. 130 kills on the Scorpion this early, wow. Yeah, they're gonna engage the siege tower units, try and get them off there. It's gonna be an awkward place for these units to be in. They've now got to climb down the ladder. Yeah, not where you want to be. Yeah, I think we brought those maybe a bit too far forwards, and you didn't need to... Oh, I'm loving this ram. Hopefully the defender doesn't notice. I want to see a massive slaughter here as the entire wall falls apart. Oh, I hope the defender does not notice. My thought is, if I look away for the time being, they're less likely to notice. Even though it's already a pre-recorded video. A pre-recorded replay. Okay, here we go. Is it ever wall? Oh, no, they're noticed. They're pulling away. Poo. So now they've given up with that plan. They thought, you know what, if I can get it just here, it's worth it. But nah, they're pulling back now. They're gonna take it somewhere else. Pooh, that would have been so funny. But I guess it is for semi-finals. We're not gonna see those level of mistakes at this level. Surely not. Which is a shame. I like mistakes on that level. They make it fun, in my opinion. Which is why I like to see bad players play against bad players more than good versus good players. I think it's more of a laugh sometimes. I love how the Romans look here with all their red shields. Like, this is how the Romans should look. Red shields, not those like red and yellow shields that the Hastati to go for. Have we got an example of one? Nah, it's all mostly veterans, never mind. Oh, they're getting some good javelin hits in, I believe. They've got the high ground advantage as well. On 100 kills and only 20 losses. That is very good for that unit. And still getting more as well. They've still got... Yeah, they're still fresh, they're still ready to fight, they've still got ammunition. Shot up to 115 kills now from these javelins alone. Javelins from legionaries, or peeler I should call them. Very deadly up here. They're being hit by some slinger unit, but yeah, the slingers aren't gonna do much. These are heavily armoured Romans with their shields up. Yeah, they're losing a couple, but it's not that bad. Up to 130 kills now. And now they're taking cover. What are they doing here? Are they retreating? Have they given up on this side? It would make sense. But I'd still want to keep some units here, just to put up a little bit of pressure. I think a bit of pressure could be good. And maybe use this ram here to make a breach here. Assume that maybe they're not looking this time. See what you can do. They probably will notice, but at least it distracts the defender for a second to help you manoeuvre somewhere else, potentially. Come on, Romans. The defenders are trying to come this way, but they've got nothing left on this squad. So they're done the slaughter through them, I believe. But they're holding out quite well. Like, it's very heavy melee infantry. But they're on... what are they on? 130 kills, 130 deaths, roughly. Which is actually a good statistic overall. For a unit to have a 1 KD, generally speaking, is a good statistic. Because you've got to factor in towers and friendly fire. But for it to still be fighting at this stage is really good, as well. For its morale to be holding out. Still nothing over here. How's this ballista doing? 0 kills on that one. The defender won 155 kills. Wow. Is it still firing? Yeah, so they've completely abandoned this side, pulling back to an easier defensive formation back here. Got to be careful of that tower, that's been very annoying for the attackers. Yeah, you're going to have to deal with that at some point. It's mostly hitting shields, and there we go, it gets a kill. So yeah, you just move them up a little bit, because you're losing men unnecessarily to a tower. And these are really good units as well, so it is a real shame to see. And there we go, they've lost another one now, just set on fire. Let's view the tactical map for those who like it. It does look like the defenders are in the stronger position looking at this. It looks like they've got more control over the battlefield. The attackers have... Well, they've had to pull back, they're just trying to hold this circle here and try to slowly make a push this way. But the defenders, you know, they're here, they're all the way back here as well, which I didn't notice. And they're in the city. What was that drawing I did? What do we have back here then? So is this another cav unit? Ah, so that's the cav unit from back there that's looped all the way around, I believe. They could charge in and get the ballista, potentially, if the attackers don't pay attention. That would be very valuable, because we see what ballistas get. 200 kills on the defending ballista, and it's still counting, so the attacking ballista could do really well here, but it's now shooting at the cavalry. Is the defender gonna notice this? No. Okay, yes, eventually, but they lost a lot of men there, a lot of valuable cavalry, and that was their general. Did their general die? Nah, he lived. Ah, poo. Imagine that they just sniped the general with a ballista when the defender wasn't looking. That'll teach them for being overly aggressive. I would have loved that. That would have been wonderful. So yeah, balance of power still about 50-50. Slightly in favour of the defenders there. And oh, here we go. So this unit here, it's on 178 kills now, 100 deaths. Would be doing a lot better if I weren't in range of that tower though. Oh, look at this guy here. He's really making the push. He's got a kill. It's gonna be the end of him though. Oh no. They're fighting their equals pretty much up here. Other heavy infantry units. Oh no, he's pushed too far as well. He got a kill, but he lost his leg in the process. And the towers are still shooting. At least their shields are facing the right way now. Ah, that being said, he just got slaughtered, and another one's gone, and I think another one died there. The tower is getting so much damage in, so much value from the tower. Come on, Romans, you've got this. These two guys at the front here. Oh, alright, this one guy at the front here. He gets struck down. Yeah, these Romans are losing this. Mostly because of the towers, I think. I think they would be they would have won this fight here if it wasn't for the towers. They're on 120 deaths. They've got 190 kills. Can they get to 200 kills? They're only 9 away. I bet they can do it. Oh, now you're moving out of the way of the tower. Now you're doing it. Again, another slaughter here. We see all the dead bodies. This has been the same in every battle at this point in here, which is why I don't cover it that much. It's all the same. Can we get to 200 kills? Come on, 192. They're taking some hits for. Come on. Oh no, they lost one. 192 kills. They're stuck on 192. Javelins are coming up to kill them as well. That guy got a javelin in his arm, but they're getting a few more kills. They're pushing back. They're butchering him, they're bullying him there. They got that kill. 196, I think they're going to do it. 4 more kills. And we get to their 200. They've hit their 200. Well done to this Evercarty cohort. Well done to them. And they'd have done so much better as well if it wasn't for the tower that wiped out about 20 of them. They should still have another... They should still be on like... oh, come on, let me hover over them. There should still be on like 40 or 50 men if it wasn't for that tower. Oh no, that guy's getting pushed back. No, he's glitching through the wall. But still a high valued unit overall. And his buddies are here to help him out, but no, they've just got to avenge him now. Epic duel. This is beautiful. This is such a good duel. I thought they were gonna both casually walk away. Oh, he gets the headbutt in. Oh, that was so close. And then he runs. But the Romans are about to rout as well. They both gave up. They realised it's not worth it. And the Romans break. Oh no. And now they're all gonna get cut down. You'd think they'd fight to the death more than on the wall. And he's gonna get slaughtered in there. I think that was the guy we saw dueling. He really wanted to finish his kill, but now he's going to get cut down. There we go. Oh, boo. And again, nothing happening on this front really, but we're getting some archers on the walls. That should be interesting. I'll check that out soon. But over here, it's just more slaughter. Random eagle bearer. Just disappears in the between all the men. What's this archer going to do then? It's a Celtic slinger unit. They are being shot at by this tower, but they might get some kills in. Ah, they're aiming at the Roman slingers. I'm sure they'll get a few kills eventually, but nothing too special. It's just a cheap unit, I think, overall. What are these slingers getting? These are doing a bit better. We got 61 there, 2 kills there. How are the ballistas? Is that the ballista? No, where's the ballista? The Scorpion unit for the defenders. I don't know. We can always see it at the end. And this one's on 44 kills. Any generals dead? Because I lost sight of the one that was fighting outside. I've got an arch unit that's made it round here. I'm assuming that Defender General has come back into the settlement at this point. That's why I can't see him. I doubt he fled. He came running over here last I saw him. I don't know. Maybe he's hiding somewhere. Yeah, he could be like hiding in these trees or something like that. That's possible too. It's not that unit. It was the green one, wasn't it? Yeah, Tylus. The Tylus General. Ah, here he is, here he is. Okay, he's come around this way, so he is still alive. He's done a charge for Roman General to try save these archers. The Roman General's pulling back. He doesn't want anything to do with this anymore. Archers from the walls firing down. These archers might get a shot in, but I doubt they'll kill him. And there we go. He escaped. He fled with his life. And then the RDI can come in with their Illyrian spearmen and defend. Okay, they're not going for that. Of course they're not doing a charge for spearmen. So now he's going to go back into the city. Oh, I get so much more lag and frame drops around here. I wonder why. Could it have anything to do with the 1,000 dead bodies all piled up in this one little square? The javelins getting loads of kills in. That's a lot of blood. More bodies to add to the pile. It's like the bodies are like a heat map in a way. Like you can see the main action is here, and then it's slowly like yeah, less bodies the more you go out. I mean, you get a few like random ones scattered around. I haven't critiqued this settlement design, have I? No, I've not done that yet. So if you're an invader, you could quite easily just burn this house here, and then you're in the city. You could quite easily just walk in like this. This is what I don't like about Rome 2 designs. This tower, here, should come out to here and be built somewhat on the water. Oh, it's got a nice little port area where it can like hook boats and stuff, pull them up. Or at least have it like this. It's like, okay, yeah, this is a defence. This is how you want it on the side. Like, no one's going to be climbing up that. Or climbing around that. Just to note where the plazas are. We got one here. We got one here. And then we got the front plaza here. And the battles are over there. So, yeah, quite far back plazas. That's good for the defenders, usually. I didn't like that other map where it was like one of the plazas was here, the other one here, and then the other ones was like here. And it's like, oh wow, all of these plazas are right on the front in one area. I forget what map that was, but I hated that map because of that. Oh, that was a very nice spin. Okay, I'm watching Cool Guy now, Mr. Cool Roman. He had a nice spin attack move. But he's getting hacked from all sides, using his shield to defend himself. He tried a 1v3, didn't work out for him. Can his buddy avenge him? Yes, he did. Instantly, just stabbing him there. There's that guy behind him as well. Oh, they both got cut down at the same time. He got hit by a spear, that one. I'm assuming someone must have thrown a javelin up. Shame he was doing well. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to push deep. You don't want to break ranks. Getting a bit too bloodthirsty there. Try and have a bit of a safe retreat. There we go. He's got back in formation. Oh, he's doing some good defending here, this guy. Ooh, got slapped in the face, but he's back with his troops now. No, his buddies didn't help him. Someone should have pulled him back and stepped in his place. Giving him a bit of a break. Oh, that was tragic. He was doing so well as well with his little retreat there. After realising he's overextended. He's not done a retreat. He's dead. He's trying his best at defending. He's getting punched everywhere. He's really... there we go. He gets cut down. And his buddy gets cut down as well. And then the other one I think got cut down. Oh no. Oops. There we are. Looks like they're making a push this way. But that completely failed for the attackers. What were they sending? Just some slave slingers that had run out of ammo, so that's fine. It's not like a real loss. Here's tactical map. Yeah, they've pulled their troops inside now. I said it would happen. What's happening over here? So it's just all the same on rinse and repeat here. You've got archers, you've got javelins, they'll throw the javelins in as the enemy retreats, then they'll retreat their troops and they'll throw in a new unit and just recycle them like that. It's all the same over and over again. And the pile of bodies just piles up, which is why I focus on the walls for the most part. I think they're more interesting. And it's easier to see what's going on and make out the different units. Oh no, they're in range of the towers again. Here we go. We've been here before. This unit here, 40 deaths, 65 kills. This unit, 50 kills, 73 deaths. About even so far. And I think they've pretty much only fought each other as well. So I don't know what unit is going to win. Probably the Romans, I bet. You know, if you've got to decide what infantry unit is going to win in the Roman period, you kind of have to pick Rome. It just feels like the logical guess. Yeah, it's infantry, probably Rome. The attackers seem to have a good foothold now. They've been able to hold this choke point here, and they've pushed as far as here, but they have been shot at in the back quite nastily there by those javelins as they're trying to retreat their troops. Any unit really standing out, or any unit that has lost its general? No, all generals seem to be alive. 100 kills on these slave slingers, that is good value. Because it's a slave unit, it's meant to be cheap, but the rest of them not doing as well. The Roman generals over here, gotta be careful. You don't want to get hit by a flanking manoeuvre from 2 heavy swordsman units. And the archers as well. Yeah, pull back, get back to the tower. These archers firing over the walls, but they're not getting many kills. They've made it to 50. This one here's on 78. Let's go back to the wall. Oh no, don't turn your back to them like that. There we go. These two have been cut off from the group, or 3, sorry. This Roman here, he's trying to hold the reinforcements back from saving those barbarians. So that his buddies can cut down those 3, but he's having to fight like a 1v5 here to do that. Some of his friends have come to help out. And there we go, they've got 1 more barbarian to cut down. And then we can help him out. There we go, his friends have come. Hey! His friends came to help. That was good by the Romans, they got a lot of kills there. They've lost about 50 men, but they're on 81 kills, whereas these guys, they've lost 90 men, and they're on 90 kills. So yeah, the Romans are definitely dominating in this little fight. And it makes sense as well because their stats are so much higher. Less weapon damage, but more melee attack. Less charge bonus, but that doesn't really mean anything. Less melee defense for the Romans, though. Less armour as well. But the Romans have more morale. Are they going to try and push this way? No, and I don't think they should at this point. I think the defenders have this side really nicely locked down. Gotta be careful what I'm drawing here. That could have looked like something else for a second. It wasn't meant to. Ooh, that unit there is going to get wiped out by Hastati. They've still got Hastati in this late in the game. With their stupid yellow shields. Yeah, they're going to get cut down. But I guess it's a cannon fodder unit and allows them to get javelins of their own in. And arrows as well. The RDI have a good foothold here. So yeah, balance of power has ticked slightly in favour of the attackers, I think. It's still fairly even though. And remember, they do another fight after this as well, because it's like a best of 2. Ballista there, 74, 75 kills. Can't see the defender ballista, but we'll see that at the end. Hidden cav unit. Yep, I saw them for a second. So the defenders still have troops left back in the fog of war. Oh, the defenders, weird move. They're actually pushing this way to try and capture this tower, I'm assuming. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Just pull back, hold the defensive line, I think. This way you're just losing men to the tower. Okay, and now they're retreating. So weird. I don't know what the plan there was. I think the best just putting one unit here, and just hold it. Just hold it like the choke point is. So then, yeah, then you force a battle into this circle and into this circle, where here you've got tower support, and a bit of the walls as well, and here you can attack from two different sides. That's what they should do, so just hold your ground here. But no, for some reason they're pushing forwards. And where are these archers going? These Roman archers? What is the plan here? Unless they're getting on the wall, what are you doing, Roman archers? Auxiliary Syrian archers? I've got no idea. I think they're bugged. Or maybe they've got a pathfinding issue, I don't know. General recently died for the RDI. Ooh. General recently died for... hold on. The Suebians. Yeah, Suebians. So that's really not good for the RDI or the Suebians there. And you can see the morales flickering here. That unit's going. That unit's going to break soon once this one breaks. I bet this one starts wavering any second now. Okay, no, because they're killing this unit, so that's making them happy. Okay, so they broke that unit. Here is the tactical map. Balance of power still even, but there's only 3 minutes left of the battle. And there we go, the RDI unit has broken. And the Romans up on the wall. This unit here, 121 kills, 90 losses. This unit, 120 losses, 120 kills. And it seems the Romans are about to finally win. General dead for Tylis as well. Only the Roman general is still standing. That's a lot of dead generals, which you would rarely see at this stage of the battle, but it's going to really speed things up, hence the short amount of time that is left. The defenders are pushing. They're going to try and take this tower back. And if they can, I think the defenders are going to win it. Balance of power has suddenly switched in favour of the defenders. They're bringing troops out of the city to try and snipe the Roman general, and I think that's a bit of a waste. But yeah, they've taken this tower now. These archers for Rome are stuck outside, and it's all falling apart for the attackers. The moment the RDI lost their general, yeah, look at this balance of power here, and now the Roman general seems to be all that's left. The Romans finally won on the walls, but at what cost? There's nothing left to fight over. It's all over. And with that, Mr. Romantic and Berry go up 1-0 in this best of 2. In this Rome 2 Total War Siege tournament in Rome, hosted by OBG. And they're going to neutralise this tower, but it's too little too late. Oh, poor Gurkenheld and Bah. Not where you want to be, going down in the first match of the semi-final. Their team is German veterans, and the defenders team, who are about to win this, are known as Parthia's Finest. I might have forgot to say the teams earlier. Sorry about that, but there they are. Parthia's Finest were the defenders, who are about to win, and the attackers were the German veterans, who are about to lose, as this final legionary breaks. 151 kills for 152, not bad. But yeah, everything else fell apart for them, and there we go, the Roman general has broken, that unit's broken, and they literally just have one unit left. One unit of veteran legionaries up on the wall. And the archer. Yeah, but the archers have already routed. So this is it then. This is all Rome has left. This is all the attackers have left. And they can't get down. But they can't get down. So they now have to stand here and hope they get shot at. Could we climb down the siege tower? I don't know. So they're stuck. They've trapped themselves. So that's why that legion hasn't done anything. It's been trapped all game. I've only just realised. Oh, a veteran legionary squad as well, trapped for the entire game. What a tragedy. So many kills here to cover. Gurkenheld and Bah, also known as this, has sadly lost. Only 98 kills for the attackers on that ballista. The spearmen doing okay, the heavy ones at least. The light spearmen, less so. Rome, good use of slingers, good use on some of these infantry units, getting a lot of kills on some of them. Yeah, that one only got 2 kills, but that's fine. Even the Hastati actually doing okay. Yeah, Rome doesn't actually look that bad when you see them here, but when you see their KD, it does look bad. Mr. Romantic as the Suebians, yeah, getting a lot of kills with these infantry. And then Berry here as Tylus, getting a very good KD there. 217 on that unit, 271 there. Nice. But I think it was the loss of the generals, the RDI general, that messed it up for Gurkenheld there, as we saw his morale suddenly take a massive drop. Anyway, on to the next one. And I can confirm, I don't know who wins, but the winner of this does go through to the final. So if Parthia's Finest, who defended and won the last battle, if they win 2-0, so they go through to the final. If the now defenders win, the German veterans, then they win on kill count, so then they go through to the final. So either way, whoever wins this battle you're seeing now goes to the final, whoever loses goes to the third place playoff. Gurkenheld, who played for RDI in the last one, is now defending as Egypt. Ba, who played Rome, is now playing as Tylus, also on the defence. Their team is the German veterans. Mr. Romantic, also known as J-Barbs, who played the Suebians, is now playing as Rome in bright red. And Berry, who played Tylus in the last one, is now playing as the Nervii in that yellowish colour. Who's gonna win? Let's find out. Either way, it's an important one. First place is £250. Dollars. Second place is $130. Third place is $70. So whoever wins this basically guarantees themselves at least $130. At least. If you lose, you might have a chance to do the third place playoff and win $70. So yeah, it's a really big game right now. The attackers already 1-0 up, so they do have a slight advantage there for their excellent defence in the last one. But can they reverse it? Can they now come into this and get a win as the attackers? Ooh, a little charge out there by the defenders. Yeah, instantly going back inside. They did not want to do that. Breach is going to be made. It seems like they're looking to actually defend this tower for the time being, which we rarely see. Usually they just pull back and accept that it's going to go, because it's so easy to neutralise these corner towers. And overall, it's a tournament with a $600 prize pool. Hosted by OBG. Check out the link down below in the description. What I don't like about the attackers here, they're not doing anything about this tower. This tower is getting a lot of kills right now, just shooting and shooting at everything from basically 3 different directions here. 4 directions, I should actually say. And each direction has about 2 slots, so that's about 8 arrows every round coming out. The defenders are realising that there's quite a big gap here, so a lot of men are about to rush through for this tower. So yeah, I thought they were going to pull back, but no, they're still holding it. They still want to fight this because they want these towers active for as long as possible. But you know, it's going to be so easy for the attackers to neutralise. It's like, look, these 2 guys here are already neutralising it. So yeah, just retreat, accept it's going to go neutral, just retreat, get to a better formation, where you can get easier to defend towers working for you. So I think this was a mistake by the defenders, but a mistake by the attackers as well, for losing so many men to that tower. A couple of siege towers is all it takes to block those 2 routes. And there we go. So now, the attackers, they've broken that unit, taken advantage of the big gap they made. They've now captured this tower, so it's now going to start shooting at the defenders, who have a lot of units in range, so they're going to suddenly start getting butchered by this. And look, now they've got to retreat, but they're still losing men on the retreat that they did not have to lose. and it forces this unit to break as well, because they're scared of all the units, the tower fire and everything. So that's another unit lost for the defenders. What's the range on this tower? Yeah, it's like that. Okay, so now they're safe from that tower. Either way, the attackers, there's nothing stopping them. Their siege towers are moving forwards, not doing anything on this side again, as we saw in all the other battles, focusing more over here. They've got 2 other rams as well, where they can make breaches. A breach here would be good to knock all these guys down, if the defenders aren't paying attention, but chances are the defenders will spot it. Little Sally out of Tempte. Might have more units as well, hidden in the fog of war. But yeah, it's not that much. I think the attackers could quite easily clean this up in speed if they needed to. Here's tactical map. And zooming back in. Any ballistas? Yeah, we've got 1 ballista for the attackers, and we've got a ballista here for the defenders of the 14 kills. And the Romans charge in. Their basic cannon for the unit leading the way, just trying to absorb some missiles here. And they've got their actual legionaries behind them, getting their javelins ready to charge in. Their shields are up. They're making their charge, and they engage. They pretended to throw their javelins there. Or maybe that was just a bit of last minute stretching. You know, you've always got to get that extra stretching at the end. Especially after combat, or before combat. They've docked onto the walls. Legions are running over this way. They've moved their siege towers forwards as well, covering the rams. They're going to make a breach. Is that going to trap that unit? Yeah, pretty much. That unit could make it off a wall going down this way. But then they're going to get cut down on that retreat, so that's going to trap these guys up here. Very well played there by Parthia's finest. They truly are Parthia's finest, although not a Parthian in sight. Nervii and Rome. And in the last one, Tylis and Suebi. I wish we could play as Parthia, and German veterans play as the Germans, instead of Egypt and Tylis. Where is Tylis? Let's take a look at the units. Anything we can figure out there? Now, Celtic slingers. Okay, so it's a Celtic one. Is it the Celts in Anatolia? I don't know. Tylis. Or is it one of the DLC campaigns? Because I know those are options in this. Tylis. Is it like one of those that start in Italy, or a Caesar in Gaul type? Tylis, Rome 2. Let me Google this. Well, we know it's Celtic. Ah, it's a Balkan faction. Following Brennus' invasion of 280 BC. Ah, okay. So these guys settled in the Balkans. But it's a Celtic faction. Interesting. Those Celts really got around. Interesting move by the defenders here. They've pulled back completely from the Colosseum. They're trying to hold down this bit and hold down this bit, but now the Romans are going to take them out here. Actually, no, they're not holding out at this bit. These are the attackers pushing this way. They've only got 1 unit here. They're not going to hold out. Where are all the defending troops? Some of them are outside, some of them are deeper into the city. But yeah, the attackers right now, they're set up here in a strong position. They hold the Colosseum, which doesn't really mean anything, but it looks cool. And it's an easy place for the defenders to hold, as they can attack from both sides. And now the attackers can quite easily take this gatehouse here and this tower, which then opens up pushes going deep into the city, which does sort of potentially open up the plazas for some sneak attacks here. And then we can go anywhere. Yeah, the defenders have really fallen back here. Usually in all these battles we've seen them fight here in a massive slaughter, but they've basically surrendered it to the attackers very early on. Now that I did not expect. Where do the attackers go now then? I think we've got to go this way. Take this gatehouse, take this tower, and then that opens up a million opportunities. Well, 3 or 4. Not a million, but it opens up a lot of opportunities still for a Rome 2 siege at this stage. but it seems they're more interested pushing this way. They've knocked a siege tower over there. They're not really pushing this way, which in my opinion is a mistake, but again, they know more about this game than I do. Balance of power is in favour of the attackers. And yeah, let's take a look at this doctrine here. Principes. We didn't see these in the last battle. They're bringing the Principes into this. Better than Hastati, but nowhere near as good as Veteran Legionaries or the other one they get. And they've got yellow shields as well, which is so annoying. But Rome needs red shields, and I will never drop that topic. I don't care about history or whatever the historical accuracy is there if Romans did sometimes use yellow shields or not. Like, give them red shields. They looked cooler in red shields. I thought they were going to dock that siege tower then for a second. That would have been interesting, but nah. Instead, they're just using it to block these towers, and they're actually going to neutralise this tower from here. Okay, so okay, I think he died. Egypt's taking it back. One guy overextended. Right, let's focus on the guys overextending, because they're going to neutralise this tower right next to them and save lives. So these two guys here overextending are actually doing a lot of good work. Never mind, they're dead. And now Egypt retakes the tower. They're actually pushing a lot of infantry this way as well, fighting the Egyptians there. Not pushing at the Colosseum yet, not pushing at this flank. But that's okay if they're more interested in this side. These guys are getting really pushed against the side of the wall though. If this was a real battle, the Romans should just charge in with their shields and try and fling from over the edge. These Principes are doing really well though. 20 deaths. It's 20 deaths and 11 kills, but they've been fighting for a long time, and they're still actually holding, which is good to see. Whereas these guys here, 21 kills and about 10 deaths. Yeah, it's two very, very defensive units fighting here, hence the lack of kills. So it just ends up taking time. Some more guys trying to overextend again. I'm assuming they're capturing the tower. No, not yet, they need to go further. Okay, so the defenders doing well here. They're holding them back just at the line. If the Romans go any further forwards, they start capturing the tower. But they've got them in this perfect spot here. Anything happening at the Colosseum? Nope. I call it the Colosseum. It's hardly the Colosseum, is it? I should call it the arena. Oh, I can see them through this little hole. Hello, I can see you. I'm too funny for this job. I need a raise. Let's have a little look through the streets as we make our way back over here. Ooh, the Nervii are breaking up. Gone. Broken. More Principes. More Principes. I've got the Legionary cohort coming up. Wait, is there no difference between Principes and Legionary cohort? You'd think there'd be a difference. Okay, so Principes have better melee defense. Legionary cohort has better armor, but their attack is the same. I would have thought, you know, the Legionary cohort would have a bit more strength about it, because, you know, these are actually a standing army for Legionary cohorts, I believe. Principes I just recruited to do the job, like for a few years or something. My Roman history is not the best. So I'd have thought, if it's your job to be a soldier, you would be better trained than a Principes farmer. That being said, to be a Principes you need some experience first, as like a Hastati, I think. So maybe that's why it's the same. They do have some military experience. Either way, they're getting a lot of javelins thrown over there. Another wave of javelins coming through as well, getting loads of nice kills. Meanwhile, these Principes are still holding, and they have neutralised this tower. They did do it. Well done to those Principes there, getting a lot of value. And that means, like, a lot of these tower slots now completely safe. The Egyptians pulling back because of that, getting shot at but in the back by javelins, taking a load of losses. The siege towers, they now know they can push forwards. The archers can get a good angle here and get a lot of kills. These siege towers now only have to block these guys and these towers. And the attackers trying to push near the arena, not pushing on this side, having a light push over here just to test the waters a bit. And if I can break through, they're in a strong position. But I don't think they will. I think the defender, they've got a lot of troops around to defend this. But if they don't pay attention, the defenders have a few ways into the city. And this one is close to the plaza. Or they could then go this way. All the way around here, supported by a push here to capture this tower. They could do that. But there's not enough men over here to actually make that push, I don't think. They're done a charge onto these guys, but they're going to get cut down. Javelin's getting a load of nice kills. Absolutely annihilating that Karl and Axeman unit. But the Roman unit here breaks as well, but I think they were meant to be sacrificed there. 200 kills on them. 202 kills. And the unit came back. It was flickering, its morale was wavering, and it came back for 1 more kill, 2 more kills, 3 more kills, 205 total. And there we go, they broke. And then they all get cut down, but still, that was a lot of good kills. This one here's already on 82, and they've only lost 15 men. Here's the tactical map. The attackers looking quite good, I would say. Looking better than the attackers did in the last one, but still, this battle could go anywhere. Especially if the general dies at any point, but all seem to be alive so far still. They're not going to be as risky this time, but they learnt their lesson from the last one. Oh, someone's trying to capture this tower for a second there, but no, that's not going to work. So they're still fighting in this region here. This is the Bloodpath pit this time, not this bit, which is a bit closer to this tower, so you'd think it would work for the defenders. Either way, they've just docked here now. This is what I want me to cover. And yeah, that's going to flank this unit. So these guys are now fighting on 2 different sides. This arch unit's fighting on 2 different sides as well, because we've got another siege tower in here. This unit might actually be best just pushing along the wall and neutralising this gatehouse. No point killing the Greek Scorpion, I think it's out of ammo. But yeah, just grab this unit here, Principes, have them capture the gatehouse. That's what they need to do right now to stop it from firing. And that would mess up the defenders' formation as well by quite a lot. Balance of power still even, but I am liking the attackers here. But it's not over for the defenders. It's like, yes, they've lost a lot of ground. It's like the last battle was fought in this circle here. In this one, they're fighting it more in this circle here, with a bit of here as well. But it's just different formations, different presences, different areas, playing to the different player. I've been recording all day, I don't know the word. Preferences, there we go. Yeah, so they're just playing to their preferences. Maybe these defenders prefer fighting it here instead and here. They might think they've got more options this way. And it is basically the same, it's like bump, 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 bump. It's basically the same as bump, 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 bump. There's not that much difference at the end of the day. So just because we've given up land doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. But it does feel good to make more progress into the city. And it does open up, I guess, this way to make a big push round here. And the potential for an easier push round this way. And they've been able to basically take this tower at this point as well. They're not focusing on neutralising this one, they're focusing more on just capturing this one. Getting this final unit of tribal warriors out of here. They're really wanting to break them, but they're being shot at in the back by archers, which is really not good for the Romans. Not where you want to be. They're shooting the Principes though, which are cheaper, so it's not too bad. I mean, speaking of Principes, this one here, 80 deaths, 70 kills, they're still fighting up here. And yeah, there we go, so they're having to pull back now to charge them. They realised they cannot just stand there and just take the constant shots in the back. Makes sense. Still no push here. I want to see a push here. Ah. What is this glitch I've done? And after a very, very, very long time, they finally killed that unit and they secured this tower here, forcing the defenders basically out of this region here. I've now got to pull back to this side. Still the same fighting going on at the arena bit, just different troops reversing round. Now the question is, what way do the Romans go? They could go for the gatehouse now they have this. They actually really could. It's like there's really no defence here at all. That could be a good push for the Romans with their massive shields. They would be the ultimate counter to these guys. That ballista, 228 kills, not bad. So yeah, if I was Rome, I'd probably push this way, get this gatehouse, and then it opens up a lot of opportunities. I don't think I would push this way at this point. Then again, look at all these Nervii that are just back here in reserve. You could make that push if you wanted to, but it seems they're pushing around the arena instead, trying to get a better foothold around here, which I think is a mistake. Because if you push this way, you only have to push one way, in one direction, which works for Rome, because they're very good at just putting their shield in front of them and charging. But if you fight here, then you're going to get hit from two different sides. Your shield can only be facing one direction. So on the other side, you're going to get hit. Unless you push both ways at once. Which they could of course do. Are all generals still alive? I bet they are. Yes for Rome, yes for Egypt, yes for the Nervii, and yes for Titus as well. All generals still alive. And we'll quickly view tactical map. Yeah, see what I mean? Just push this way, it's so much better. Yeah, you could be open for counter flank here, but you can just bring a couple more units round, and you'll be fine. They're pushing, I think, their final few troops, their final few infantry into the city now. They do have a good foothold, they are secure to do that. But no, they're still pushing round the arena instead. What do we have here? More Principes. They really do like these Principes, do Parthia's finest. Balance of power, I think, has ticked a few percent in their favour. I don't think it's 50-50 anymore. It's like we're really splitting hairs literally here. But I think it is in their favour. Oh, here we go. Here we go, they're finally pushing on this side. They've got units out here too, but I don't know what the point of these is. Once you open the gate, of course, it's fine, you can just bring them inside. But right now, there's no point having your general cavalry out here with fierce swords. Like, why are these here? They don't need to be here. These archers don't need to be here. Just bring them in the city. It's fine. They're making a push on the wall as well. They need to neutralise this fast though, because it is shooting in many directions. The Roman general is the one to charge through, going straight round them for the archers. That was a good play. And just gonna wipe out those archers there. And then they can charge this way to safety pretty much. But they'll have to be very careful of all the other towers. And there we go. The Roman general, he lived and he's safe. And he wiped out an archer unit as well, very good. And now he's deep into the city, so now the defenders need to start chasing him. But this could work. All you need is a couple of cav units going different ways. You will catch him eventually. And then it's a free kill on the Roman general. He's heading this way. That could work for the defenders if I went for him. And killing the Roman general would be very valuable. Oh, they're starting to neutralise it, I think. No, they were for a second. But they've retaken it again. We'll have to keep an eye on that. The Roman general charging all the way around this way, going the long way round. They're chasing him with swordsmen. They're not even blocking all the paths. It's like, you got to do riot control here. You got to block the paths and then move in. Block all escapes first. He's going to run all the way around this way. He's going to go for this archer, isn't he? And then all it takes is one unit to come round this way to take out that gatehouse. Now keep an eye on him. Yeah, these units here, I'm not a fan of this play. The archers, sure, fair enough. With the cav nearby, okay, the cav can defend them. You don't need the swordsman here. They're better in the city, I think. Oh, done a charge the ballista instead. Not that it's going to do anything, I think it's already out of ammo. The ballista, if anything, is just going to slow down the Romans. Slow them down a bit. But they're not going to take advantage. I've got no cavalry nearby to actually do anything about this push. So now the Roman cavalry is going to charge through. They're getting hit by the towers, but it doesn't matter, because it's cavalry and they're armoured, so they're fast. Their general's still alive. They're going to hit these archers in the back, completely unprepared, cut through them, going to break them, And the fact of being shot at by the tower doesn't mean anything because the chances are their general's gonna live. So yeah, we just need to break them now and retreat back to safety, and then we're fine. They did a full loop of the map there. Come on, just break those archer units and get to safety. You don't want to lose a general. They're pushing this way now with help from this side. It's falling apart from the defenders, for the defenders, and the balance of power is starting to show it. Our Parthia's finest going to move through into the final. They're not actually retreating with the cavalry. They're still pushing. They had another charge in here onto the ballista, really trying to get them killed. The general is still alive, but they are playing it really risky now. And speaking of playing it risky, another big charge in here. I don't know if it's worth it at this point. Yeah, you kill a load of archers on each charge, but you could lose your general at some point. Then again, they've got no infantry left. It doesn't matter if Rome loses their general. They have really nothing left anyway. Look at this Principes. 218 kills. They've still got 21 men left and they're still fighting. Yeah, so now if a Roman general dies, it's like they've got no infantry anyway. Rome is doing so well in this. Who is Rome? Mr. Romantic, of course it is. J. Barbs, a tournament winner. He knows how to play his Rome. And yeah, I think the Roman general's dead. No, it's not. They're just all breaking anyway. And there we go. Rome is only with its cavalry left, so they can be as risky as they want to be with them now. The Nervii have neutralised this gate, and they will capture it very soon. They've got troops there as well. It's still... balance of power is in the attacker's favour, Rome and the Nervii, but it is still close if we look at it here on the tactical map. It's like Rome is out of the picture, and the Nervii don't really have that many troops here on the screen. On this screen they are outnumbered, but then they've got more troops over here that can come in, especially once they break that unit. It's a close one. Either side could win it. Could German veterans pull this back and retake their city? Because that's what they've got to do right now. They're going on the offensive because they have to retake the city, recapture their own towers again. Can German veterans do it? And whoever wins this goes through to the final. General dead for Egypt. General dead for the Nervii. Is it? No, it's not the Nervii, sorry. Tyrus, yeah. The Roman general's still alive, despite him being an absolute lunatic and down to his final 20 bodyguards. And the Nervii in yellow, their general is still alive. So I think the general play and the morale is going to play a massive factor in this battle in its final 2 minutes. And I think that's what's going to cause the defenders to break. If they had their generals alive, I think the defenders could still do it, but without the generals, it's looking shaky. And especially when you've got cav units, 2 big heavy cav units just riding around the city freely. You know, that's going to do a lot of damage to the defenders' morale, their final few troops. Now there we go, they've captured the gatehouse now. They're going to move into the city. 2 more infantry units, 2 more archer units, which I believe have ammunition still. This cav unit, 258 kills. Yeah, it's looking like the attackers might win it. They're coming round with a flank now. The defenders are stuck at the arena. You kind of have to pull back if anything. Pull back to here so you hold 1 choke point. Because if you're in the centre here, you're just going to get hit from both sides. The ballista unit trying to charge in here. I don't look too happy about it. Final 50 seconds left. The Nervii are coming. They've got cavalry support. They've got infantry. They've got archers. Looks like are they going to capture plazas? No, they're going the long way round. Going for a long flank. You've got the Roman cavalry nearby as well. And the Nervii general is still alive. The Roman cavalry charge on in. They charge through. They hit the archers. Going for the next unit as well. Just straight in there. You might as well at this point. You've got nothing to lose really. They've got their infantry engaged here. Their archers are shooting into the backs. They charge into the back as well. That breaks 3 units. And with that, the attackers have won it. Winning 2 battles in a row. Mr. Romantic and Berry, representing Parthia's finest, move on into the finals. Well done to them. And we had another crash! Well, that is unfortunate, but I've loaded into Discord and we can see it here, thankfully. So the Nervii here, doing okay. Actually getting a lower kit. Interesting. So both of the attackers here, despite winning, got more losses than kills. Wow. Actually, both sides did, didn't every single player lost more men than they killed, which just shows the power of friendly fire and towers in this battle. They must have killed a lot of men. I'm looking in the hundreds, I'm guessing. So yeah, the Nervii, nothing really standing out that I can see. 259 there, okay, that's good. Tylus here, again, we've got a 200 there, but nothing else. And then we see the Roman. I'll wait for the Romans for now. I'll cover it up with my hand. The Archer's doing okay. The Slinger's doing well for Egypt. Yeah, but nothing else shining. And then with Rome, for Roman archers, that is good. They're not the best archers, so for Roman ones, that is good. They had a lot of Principes here. And for Principes to be getting in the hundreds, that is excellent. Especially at 222 Principes. Getting more kills than even any legionary cohort. Or whatever they're called. Yeah, whatever they're called. Legionary cohorts, I think. And then, of course, the big one, 365 kills on the cavalry. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. This has been OBG's $600 tournament for Rome 2 Total War. Check out the link in the description if you want to take part in future events. Goodbye.